everyone, AMR back again with another Sporcle quiz. So in today's episode, I think I'm going to be primarily focusing on the NFL. You will soon see on the channel a bunch of NFL stuff going on. With the draft coming up, I think that this is a perfect time to start giving you guys advice as to who I'm going to be hyper targeting this fantasy season, as well as to just like prepare us for all of the fantasy drafts that are going to be happening and whatnot. And what better way to get us back in the NFL mindset than doing a couple of Sporcle NFL quizzes. But as always, if you like the content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. We have 128 of these to get, and it's the last 1,000 rushers per team. It'll be pretty tough, but at least we have the year to go off of. And with the year being there, I feel like this will be a lot easier. I still am going to try and aim for over 100. I think I can get pretty close, honestly. But as always, if you like the content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Helps me out a ton. Let's go ahead and jump into this. So first off here, I'm going to say Crowell. Really? It's not Crowell. Maybe Matt Forte. How is that not him? I mean, Pirine maybe? Who the hell did the Jets have? I mean, they had Tomlinson. What? Where are these guys? Okay, you got Forte down there. You got LaDainian Tomlinson there. How do I not have any of the Jets yet? Who is the Jets running backs? I mean, you had Isaiah Crowell. You had... what's his name? Powell. Who in the... All right, not off to a great start. Let's go ahead and do the Patriots. You got James White. He's not on the list. You got Dion Lewis. Jamal Lewis. God, Sonny Michel, maybe. He's not on the list. 1,000-yard rushers for the New England Patriots. James White. Who else? You had in 2004, who was their running back in 2004? I couldn't tell you right off the top of my head. I need to get in a rhythm here. So 2016, running back for, just thinking, I mean, come on. What's his name? Burrito? Nope. So thinking about the Dolphins running backs, Ajayi maybe? Got James Ajayi or Jay Ajayi. Who's before him? Maybe Ricky Williams is on that list. He is. 2011, just not even going to come close. You got LaShawn McCoy probably for the Bills. Prior to him, in the Bills uniform, I don't know if that's likely. Ravens. Okay, so you got Ray Rice. You have. Did Dobbins do it? He didn't. Edwards, maybe? No. Bell? No. 2020 with the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, Devonta Freeman? Wow. This is going to be a game of how many guys can I name for Baltimore Ravens running back room? Who is in there? I mean, you had Mike Davis was in there for a little bit, I think. Dude, this is like super stupid. Foster, Forsett. Who was after? I mean, 2019 and 2020. That's not that far ago, and these guys were pretty good according to this. Is it Lamar Jackson? One of them's Lamar Jackson. The other one's going to be an actual running back. So thinking about that running back room, who was tearing it up in the backfield there for a little while? I'll come back to it. Cincinnati Bengals, you had Joe Mixon. Prior to him, just thinking about Pirine, Bernard maybe. Wow, neither one of those. That sucks. Go on to the... You got Jones. Cleveland, you got Nick Chubb. What's his name? Trent Richardson? No. Oh, this is Peyton Hillis. And before that, and then Browns, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that. Crowder on this list? No. Pittsburgh Steelers, so you got Najee Harris. Prior to him, maybe Jerome Bettis? No. Who was another really good running back there? What's the guy's name who had like the D'Angelo Williams? That was like a while ago, honestly. 2007 and 2010. Why do I see McDonald in my mind? No, that's not good. I can't think of who that might be. The Texans running back room. You had David Johnson, Larry Johnson, Chris Johnson, Rex Burkhead, maybe. The running back room has been pretty bad, but I think it might be Philip Lindsay. Why it's great. And now it seems like it may have just absolutely froze, which is awesome. You got Philip Lindsay. Cool. After it decided to start working again. You never really know. But the Houston Texans, who's been their running back in that room? I feel like that was Matt Breida. Breida? I don't think I'm going to be able to get that one. Who is outside of him? I mean, you had Deonta Foreman. Rather. Who else? Not going to be able to think of it. 2016 is going to be tough. 2008 is even going to be harder than that. Indianapolis Colts, you got Jonathan Taylor. This is not going very well, by the way. You got Jonathan Taylor. You have Marlon Mack. Prior to him, who was their running back in Indianapolis? You had Marlon Mack. You had, Edgerrin James has to be on this list. He's not on the. I mean, he is on the list, but just not with. He's just with someone else. Adai. Oh God, how do you spell that? Adai. Jason Adai. ADDI. There you go. And then 2016. So this has got to be Frank Gore, right? Jaguars, you have Robinson. Prior to Robinson, you have Fournette. And then prior to Fournette, this has got to be Jones-Drew, right? Jones-Drew. Tennessee Titans is going to be Derrick Henry. 2016, who was in the backfield that was doing really well? Oh, DeMarco Murray, maybe. He's on this list quite a bit. In Denver, prior to him, you had, what's his name? CJ Henderson. I'm so close. It's CJ something. CJ Anderson? Oh my God, that's crazy. Prior to him, I'm just thinking of like Davis. I mean, like Touchdown Davis. Obviously, that's not him. In the 2013 and 2011, you know what? Melvin Gordon's going to be on this list. So go ahead and type him in before you forget about him. 2011, 2013. So that's right around the era when they were very, very good. Just can't think of who was running the football for him back then. You got the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, is that going to be Kareem Hunt? 2014, so even further back than that. That's going to be pretty hard to do. Maybe Priest Holmes is on this list. He is. Jamal Charles. Wow. Vegas Raiders, you have Josh Jacobs. Or in the 2010, it's just not going to happen. 2013 for the Chargers, probably not going to get either. Dallas Cowboys, you obviously have Ezekiel Elliott. And then before him, in between the two, who is in the backfield there? Maybe Alfred Morris. It's not. I'm probably missing a pretty obvious one there, but I just have to keep moving on. You got Saquon Barkley. Before him, what's his name? Barber. Okay, Brendan Jacobs. Wow. It's Jacobs is already on the list. They had two that rushed for that much in that year. Who was the other guy in 2012? Who was before Saquon over in there? I mean, I put in Tiki Barber. It's not him. I just keep looking at the clock, and I'm getting a little nervous here. You got the Philadelphia Eagles in 2007. I mean, the only person I can think of would be like, it is Brian Westbrook, maybe Darren Sproles. Don't think I can think of anyone in 2002. I mean, I just not going to happen. Antonio Gibson. In 2018, who was running the football in Washington? Maybe Adrian Peterson. Did he get 1,000 yards? He got 1,000 yards back then? 2008, I'm trying to think of who might have been the running back then. I can't tell you off the top of my head. Chicago Bears in 2020, you're going to have Montgomery. Detroit Lions, you could have Aaron Johnson maybe. It's not. You have Jones. Oh, man. 2013. Packers, 2014, Eddie Lacy. For him, Green. I can't think of a guy in between those. Minnesota Vikings, you got Dalvin Cook, 2002. It's not right in the top of my head, so I have to keep moving on. Here you have Dunn, you have Turner. In 2006, not going to get it. Panthers, you got McCaffrey. 2009, Stewart. In the Saints, you have Kamara. No. Sean Alexander, I'm just thinking of off the top of my head here. 2017, what's his name? Ingram. 2006, you had Reggie Bush wasn't. Okay, Ricky Williams was another one that I was thinking of. Atwater's got to be on this. Allstott. Wow, I just tabbed away. Buccaneers in the backfield. I mean, this is really tough because it's coming down to like time at this point. 2011, Emmitt Smith maybe. You have Todd Gurley. Who else? 49ers, 2003, 2001, 2000. Seattle Seahawks, Carson. Yep. So I ended up getting 81, which is higher than the average, but that's a pretty poor showing right there, honestly. Lamar Miller. Oh my God. And CJ Spiller. Marshawn Lynch. I just didn't get to the Seattle Seahawks. I would have guessed him, obviously. Green Ellis. Yes. Cedric Benson. A lot of very, very well-known guys. Chris Ivory is the guy that I always confuse with Isaiah Crowell. I feel like the two are kind of the same player. Looking here, you got Carlos Hyde. We would have got Lamar Miller again. No Sean Moreno, obviously. And then Willis McGahee as well. Darren McFadden, Justin Fargas. This is just like a feeler test, so take it with what you will, but I'm really trying to just kind of speed up my brain here, get back into the swing of things as we start talking about these drafts. Barry Sanders, I just didn't see the 1998. Had I probably would have been able to go ahead and get it. Michael Bennett, crazy. Don't really think of him as a running back. I think of him more as I want to say he was a tight end or something, maybe on defense. I can't really remember, but he used to play for like Seattle and Chicago. McAllister, I should have definitely gotten. Michael Vick would have never came to me. You got LeGarrette Blount. You got Doug Martin. Doug Martin's pretty easy, the muscle hamster. Chris Wells is an obvious one as well. Marshall Faulk is like glaringly obvious. Chris Carson, Marshawn Lynch, and Ricky Waters. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and jump into the next quiz. This one sounds eerily similar, and I think I'm digging it. It's NFL 4,000 plus season passing yards. This could be rather fun. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I wish I had the team name there. I'm going to say Peyton Manning, but it is Peyton Manning. Phillip Rivers. Let's do Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Brady, Roethlisberger, Wilson. Who else is like... Did I already say Phillip Rivers? I did. You got Eli Manning. 2019, good quarterbacks. I mean, you got Derek Carr in there, Justin Herbert. 2019, who would that be? I mean, you got maybe Mariota. It's not. Jameis Winston, maybe. It is Jameis Winston. 2018. You got Jared Goff. You got Stafford. Stafford's going to be on this list a lot. Chicago. I'm thinking of Jay Cutler. Trubisky, I think is how you spell that. Maybe it's Trubutsky. I have no idea how to pronounce his last name. Or not, I don't know how to spell it. I know how to pronounce it. You got Josh Allen. You got Patrick Mahomes on here. 1984, maybe Elway, Favre. I mean, that's obviously not him. But 1984, just thinking of Joe Montana never did it. Steve Young, maybe. Namath. What's 1984? 1984 is a pretty long time ago. You got Len Dawson. He might be on this list. He's not. Bob Starr. He's not on the list either. Got Van Buren. He's not on the list. Theismann. Aikman. Kind of going down. There's a lot of guys on this list who have not done this. 2016. Has Kirk Cousins ever done it? Kirk Cousins has done it. Detroit Lions, thinking between those. I mean, you got Kerry Collins, Eli Manning. Has Daniel Jones ever done it? He's not. Looking over at Seattle, you got Hasselbeck. Did I not spell that right? Hasselbeck. Really? Hasselbeck never did it? That honestly is more surprising than anything. I can see the guy's name. Alex Smith. Donovan McNabb. Donovan McNabb never did it. Michael Vick never did it. Holy crap. Tony Romo is going to be on this list a lot. 2018. That's a lot of yards. 2018. Who was airing the ball out? I mean, Deshaun Watson. Dallas's quarterbacks. I mean, Prescott could be on this list. He is. Who was before him? You had Tony Romo was in there. You had Staubach. Spelled like this, actually. Staubach? I swear to God, Staubach's got to be on this list. It's unfortunate that I wasn't able to get him. 1984 is a long time ago. Could it be Bradshaw? It's not. Unitas, maybe? Not. McMahon. They do it with the 85 Bears. He doesn't look like it. Rodgers, who's before him? You got Brett Favre before him. What's this guy's name? John Harbaugh? Harbaugh? He hasn't done it either, which is a little surprising, honestly. Jets, you got Sanchez. Did he ever do it? It's a lot of yards, honestly. Chad Pennington. I know he played in the league for a little while. Christian Ponder played in the league for a while. Got Roethlisberger. You have Jones. What's the guy's name? Who's the backup for him right now? Oh, I can see his face in my mind. Rudolph. Just made me think of Kaepernick. I don't know why. Colin Kaepernick never got. That's so crazy to me. I have no idea how he never got that. Colin Kaepernick seems like an easy one. You got Cam Newton. Got LaMonica. Collins. I'm just thinking through all of. I mean, you got Doug Williams. Doug Williams never did it either. There's a lot of guys on this list. 1981, 2001, 2001, 4,800 yards. Okay, Esiason. Excuse me? Boomer Esiason never did it. 2014, 2009. Did Rex Grossman do it that year? He did not. You got Peyton Manning. I already put him in there. I already put Cutler in. Who is the Broncos quarterback before both of them? I already typed in Elway. Typed in Aikman. I'm kind of getting a little dry here, so I put Stafford in. I put Kitna, maybe. He's on this list. So but let's go ahead and type him in. Anyway, as I think about him, 1995. 1985. I already put in Jim McMahon, so that's not going to be the 85 Bears quarterback. 2015, put in Mariota. I mean, Steve McNair could be on this list. Crazy. Vince Young. Some other. Maybe Tannehill's done it once. Tannehill has done it. That's crazy. Definitely didn't expect that. Did Gardner Minshew do it? Minshew? I guess not. Jaguars quarterbacks. Gabbert. Who else was the trying to think of the guy who played for Rams back when? Got like a name like a Van. I think it was Van Buren. Could be way off there, but all right, let's go through each team. So you got Russell Wilson, Hasselbeck, you got Mir. What was his name? Mir. I don't know. Oh, I think it's Mir. So that's not him. Vinny Testaverde. He's on the list, of course. Looking through some of the other quarterbacks in Seattle. Seattle's got what's that name? Like Dickey, Lynn Dickey. That's obviously Packers. I don't know why I'm thinking of him. Smith, Matt Castle, Carson Palmer, Kurt Warner. I don't know why I just decided to neglect all of those people. What's his name? Plunkett's not on this list. A little wild. So I said Carson Palmer. Andy Dalton's got to be on here. Drew Brees, before Drew Brees in New Orleans. Think of, it's going to be pretty tough, honestly. Looking over at the 49ers, I think I named Steve Young, Kaepernick, Alex Smith, and Nick Mullins is obviously not going to be able to do that. Looking at the Bears quarterbacks have been pretty tough to watch. I typed in Trubisky. I know it's not going to be Justin Fields. Before that, did Case Keenum do it on that year that they did really well with the Vikings? Doesn't look like it. Did Sam Bradford? He didn't either. What about Teddy Bridgewater? He's more of a mobile quarterback, so that wouldn't surprise me either that he didn't get it. Over in New York system, I have Eli Manning there for pretty much the entire time, then going into Daniel Jones before him. It's just Kerry Collins, I think. Over in Philadelphia, you have Jalen Hurts, who I do not think that got it. Obviously, that was validated right there. Oh, Dan Marino's on this list. I cannot believe I forgot about him. Over in Buffalo, you got Jim Kelly. Excuse me? Jim Kelly never did it? That's crazy. Did Fitzpatrick ever do it? Okay. Guess not. DJ Manuel? No, obviously. I don't know why I know that name off the top of my head. Rosen. Did Kyler Murray do it? Doesn't look like it. Who are some other guys who are up and coming? I already said Jared Goff. Looking at the Rams system. Prior to Jared Goff, is there anybody I can think of in that entire system? Ferragamo. I don't know how to spell his name. I'm thinking of some older guys. You got Bradshaw, Brady. What's his name? Bledsoe. Got Drew Bledsoe on the list. Who else was around during that time? 157 out of 208 is really not that bad. I said Jim McMahon. I said guy's name. The Bears' best. What am I thinking of? Lawson. It's not Lawson. Maybe Dawson? No, I can't think of it off the top of my head, so I'm just not going to attempt it. I said Chet Henne. Matt Ryan. He's obviously been on this list. Jesus Christ. God, that's so bad. 2012. Did Robert Griffin III do it at all? It doesn't look like it. Houston, Derek Carr, David Carr. I've already typed in one, so I think it counts for the both. Dallas, Aikman, Staubach. Staubach's got to be on this list. Spell it. I think it's spelled like that. But I don't think he's on this list now. Who else? I already said Prescott. Looking at Kansas City, Oakland. I know Oakland's had a couple of guys on that list. 1989, 2016. I should be able to get that one. Barkley. I'm just thinking about Bears quarterbacks. I don't know why. Who was competitive in 2016? Was that the year that it was the Patriots and the Falcons? Think through the teams there. You had Osweiler, maybe. He didn't ever do it. Seattle, definitely not. Colts quarterbacks. Andrew Luck. Come on. Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning. Before them guys, George. Said Theismann. Said Cousins. Said Bob Greasy, maybe. No. Okay, that's surprising. The Jets. I mean, I just can't think of anyone on the Jets. 2012 to 2004. Donovan McNabb. Think of anyone else. 1969, 2010, 1981, 2004, 1980, 2002. 2021? 2021's got to be a really young guy, and it's about to pop up. So, Joe Burrow. Yeah, that really sucks. So, ended up getting 172 out of 208. Destroyed the average on this one. Ones that we missed here, we got Dan Fouts, Matt Schaub, Dante Culpepper. Obviously, I'm doing a giveaway on the channel. Should have been able to guess that one. Dan Fouts again. Warren Moon on here a ton. Rich Gannon is the guy that I always forget from Oakland. Neil Lomax, Joe Burrow, Trent Green. Blake Bortles is on this list. Steve Berline, Lynn Dickey. I feel like I put Dickey, but I maybe just misspelled it. Burnell again. Bolger. Jeff Garcia is another name that I always forget. Brad Johnson, like the one guy that I didn't name from the Vikings. Carson Wentz actually did it. That's astronomical given how bad he's been these last couple of years. Jake Plummer, I just completely forgot about. Yeah, not too bad. And I think we're going to go ahead and do one more of these. So we're going to go ahead and end the video here on this quiz. We have 33 to get, 6 minutes. We have all of the totals here present. So I'm going to be aiming for 30 or higher. I think it's possible. It's just about whether or not I can type it in. But let's go ahead and do it. Jerry Rice. Fitzgerald. Hines Ward's going to be on this list. You have Largent's going to be on this list. Julio Jones. Crowder might be on this list. Nope. Doug Baldwin. He's not on this list. You got Antonio Brown, Tim Brown, and Antonio Brown both on the list. 15,000 yards. Roddy White. It's not him. Another guy. What was his name? Oh God, Anquan Boldin. Terrell Owens is on this list. There he is. Michael Irvin he is on this list. That's crazy. Antonio Gates. Tony Gonzalez probably. Gronkowski's got to be on this list. Gronkowski, he's not actually on this list. Is Edelman on this list? Can't be. Thinking through some of the, Thomas, could he be on here? Emmanuel Sanders, doesn't look like it. Looking through books, some of the like journeymen of the leagues. Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson, Greg Jennings, Donald Driver. Okay, kind of goes through all those. Jason Witten's got to be on that list. Thinking to the Cowboys. Seattle, you got Lockett, Baldwin. I don't really think that there's that list. Looking there at the 49ers receiving room. You got Chris Carter. Don't know why I'm blanking on him. Randy Moss. It's actually kind of hard, honestly, when you start to like jump into some of these quizzes. It's not as easy as you may think, but it's new. I don't think he's on this list. Steve Smith. There you go. Jimmy Smith, Rod Smith. Rod Smith's the guy that I was thinking of. Over in Atlanta, you got Julio, Tony Gonzalez. I'm not going to be able to get any more there. Houston, I don't think any Houston players have done it. Jaguars, they haven't been around long enough. Looking at Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who is good in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? You got Mike Evans. Is he not on this list yet? That's crazy. Dolphins. Isaac Bruce has to be on this list, right? He is. What's the guy? He was very, very good in 80s and 90s. Can't believe I'm just blanking on this. Branch, he's not on this list. Tennessee Titans. What's his name? Johnson is on. Andre Johnson. Or Keyshawn Johnson's not on this list. Is kind of surprising to me. Chicago Bears. I don't really think there's ever been like a outside of. Right. Muhsin Muhammad is on this list. Tight ends. I don't think that anyone's been on around the league long enough for those. Currently looking. Colts. Marvin Harrison's got to be on here. Maybe Freeney. Is that what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of Dwight Freeney. No, it's the other guy. Freeney. It's come on, Reggie Wayne. Jesus. I always get the two mixed up. They're not even similar at all, honestly. Looking at Phoenix, California, Oakland. Oakland's best wide receivers. I can't off the top of my head. Niners, yeah, Jerry Rice, obviously. Got the Chargers. I already said Antonio Gates. Allen, I don't think he's going to be on this list. I'll type it in anyway. Allen, obviously not. I put in Largent. Who else is in there? You got the Rams. I put in Isaac Bruce. I can't really think of another guy on that list there who is just super dominant. Super dominant. Calvin Johnson. I mean, is he on this list? He's not. Thank God. You got Lynn Swan. He's not on this list. Harris. Just trying to think through some of those receivers that were very good on the Steelers way back when. Can't think of any. I said Hines Ward. Priest. Oh, what's his name? I mean, is Beckham on here? No way. Why am I even typing that in? That's horrible. Really good wide receivers. Is Devontae Adams on this list yet? He's not. I don't think he's been around the league quite long enough for that to happen. Thinking through some of the Saints, we had some pretty crazy yardage from Michael Thomas. Colston on this list? Guess not. I'm trying to go for 30. This is like way harder than being able to get Tennessee's receiving room. I just can't come up with this off the top of my head, man. This is really, really hard. Thinking through the Lions receivers. Lions have been bad for some. Vikings, Randy Moss, Chris Carter. The Giants. I mean, Team Hicks. Nelson Cruz. Got the Jets. Got Patriots. I've already gone through Wallace, maybe. Garcon. I just started blanking and I couldn't help it. Maybe Deshaun Jackson's on this list. James Lofton's pretty embarrassing that I wasn't able to think of him. Torrey Holt's the other guy that I was thinking of that I just couldn't get. Art Monk is pretty obvious as well. Derek Mason and Brandon Marshall actually had quite a bunch of yards, got 70%, but that's going to go ahead and do it for today's video. As always, if you like the content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. And this is a humble brag, but we are doing a giveaway on the channel. I'll try to leave a link to it right here. But as always, if you like today's content, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Have a good time. I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.